He's Rick Tyler.
And he's Dan Cashman.
And I'm Matt North from Allenfarm Fence, and I'm on the Ric and Dan Show.
In Maine, we often hear,
"You can't get there from here."
These are the stories of the risk takers,
The trailblazers.
those who turn obstacles into opportunities
every day and found their way
to get there from here.
And today,
There on the Ric and Dan Show.
Matt North, I'm so glad you're here because Allenfarm Fence, you do business by the golden rule, and Dan doesn't understand the whole golden rule thing. So
Nope,
could you please
no clue.
explain it to him because he treats me so poorly.
It's kind of a sport. It's the only thing I'm good at.
No, but that's something you guys talk about at Allenfarm Fence. It's the whole golden rule thing.
We've got great employees, great customers, great vendors, so I think we're doing something right there. It's treat others how you want to be treated and take care of people.
Did you hear that, Dan? Treat others the way you want to be treated.
Okay, so does that mean I have to be super critical of you every time I walk through the door? Because that's what you do for me.
So where did Allenfarm get its name? Because the founder, it's Ralph Allen, right?
Exactly. Ralph
Okay,
Allen, yeah.
but there's Ralph Allen, and then it's Allenfarm. It's not Allen Farm, it's Allenfarm.
My understanding is it comes from the Irish or English heritage where you'd have your last name and then farm. So Allenfarm became what the fence company they built.
Allenfarm
version of it.
Okay.
I'm not real studied with that stuff, so I could be off there a little bit. That's my understanding.
You've said it now. It's in a podcast, so it's
I know,
gospel now.
Oh, gosh. Watch that stuff.
So it would be Cashman Farm or Tyler Farm.
Yeah. I think Allenfarm kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit better, personally.
So you guys are in the fencing business.
We do fence.
And so you say you fence, but some people might think that, on guard, but no.
Not yet, no.
Future plan?
Is that in the business plan?
Not yet.
We're going to
no,
expand
no.
beyond this.
Not that I'm aware of.
Guys in the warehouse are a little rusty some days and they want to loosen up a little bit, so they probably do that. How long have you been with the company?
15, 16 seasons now. Years.
So you make it sound like
seasons,
a television show.
It's a year.
Yeah, I picked up on that too.
Yeah.
It's like SVU. They're catching up. They're going to be there any day now.
Yeah, it is years. It's been.
But you call it seasons, though, because...
Well, I guess the first couple of years I was there, the winters weren't very busy. You'd go find other things to do. When I was starting as a payables clerk, I'd go to LL Bean's call center for the winter months and come in once a week to do some payables. So it was very seasonal. Now it's not. We fence year round and stay busy. Years is a good way to say it now.
What is the start of your season? If the year starts, a fiscal year starts, like July, or if your calendar year, you start in June. For you folks in the fencing business going year round, the season starts spring, summer?
It gets busiest. March, we really are getting ready for the craziness. And then by April, May, we're well into it. And then by July, we can kind of see what happened and figure out what's next.
It must be a ground thaw thing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's part of it. In mindset around here of fencing just during the summer months, but we've been doing more than that. Plan on continuing to do that.
You mentioned that it's not so much seasonal anymore. What's changed to make it not seasonal?
We got a lot of people, and it used to be easy to shut down the winter and start up in the spring, and now we keep going.
So it's not so much that you can't actually build fences in the wintertime when the ground's frozen. It's a workforce thing. You have more and more people.
It's a lot of it, yeah. And we need to pay the bills year round, so you got to keep all that going for sure.
See, I thought it was not to get all controversial about climate change or global warming, and maybe thaws are coming sooner or the ground's freezing later, and it gives you more of an opportunity to actually get out, put the posts in the ground, and build what the customer wants.
We've had some great winters that's worked well. And we've had some harder winters that haven't worked so well. So
could we get one of the easier winters, please?
I'd love it.
Could put in for that.
Sign me up.
Yeah, just like 80 and sunny all winter would be great. Just once.
Oh, you have it once. We're going to want it all the time. Matt, you're wearing a tie.
I am.
You were known for a long time as the guys with the ties. Is that something that Ralph wanted?
Oh, absolutely. Ralph, professionalism is huge. It still is. Yep. We've turned that into pride as what we shoot for. So professionalism is the start of that. And then respect, integrity, dedication, and excellence.
Do you find that sets you apart more so now than maybe it did when that was first instituted?
I think in the industry, that professionalism angle helps and has always helped and continues to. Feels like the right thing, and we hold ourselves to a different standard in that respect.
I'll tell you why that sticks out at me. I was lucky enough to go to not a taping because it's live, but Saturday Night Live a couple of weeks ago. And at the very beginning, before the cameras were on, Lorne Michaels, the legendary Lorne Michaels makes his way to center stage, a shirt and tie. And that stuck out at me because it's Saturday night at 11:29. What's the dude doing wearing a tie? But secondly, he shook the hand of every cast member as they walked up on stage to start that sketch. And I thought, this is a level of class you just don't see anymore. And I wonder if you get that same reaction when you show up in ties and you have that class and respect that maybe isn't on the forefront. I'm here in a stained sweatshirt today. It's not in the forefront of everybody's mind like it once was. Well, thank you. We won't talk about it. But anyway, do you see that as just a difference maker compared to 20 years ago?
Yeah, I don't know if I could compare to 20 years ago, but
he's not that old.
No, again, I relate to industry and setting ourselves apart and really being on that. And it does make a difference for sure.
Okay. Now, in case anyone gets confused listening to this, yes, you wear a tie. Other members of the sales team wears a tie. The crews that are going to arrive at our house and install our vinyl, our wood, our ornamental fence, they're not going to be wearing ties.
Yeah. No, but they'll be dressed for success, so they'll get done.
We have seen them in the sporty Allenfarm Fence apparel. By the way, do they have apparel for winter when they're working versus apparel for spring and summer?
Yeah, you got to really wear the right attire for the winter fencing and do the coveralls and be ready for the weather.
How often are you guys out installing when the snow's flying?
As much as possible. It's probably the easiest way to say it. Typically in the winter, we're working Monday through Thursday. Friday's a weather day. So we kind of work it around that. Some days we have a lot going on. We need to just be there all the time doing things. Other weeks it's too cold, too much weather to do much with. And you just work with it. Hopefully squeeze some trainings in there and do things that you otherwise can't get done, around the shop.
So you've been with the company 16 years now, you said?
Seasons.
16 seasons. Excuse me. That's right.
How many seasons was the night show?
15.
So close, right?
Yeah. So what has changed in that span of time in the fencing industry?
We've got a lot more color options. Variety of fence, I guess, is really the biggest thing that I've seen. Is it's become more common. It used to be white vinyl fence and regular chain link, but now you have varieties of everything, and you've got colors, and there's just a ton of options. Which I like standards in a lot of ways because it's easy to get replacement parts. It's less wait time for things, but options has been a big thing.
What's an example of a fence that you drive by today and you look and you go, man, we nailed that one? Because I can think of one that I think that you do drive by and you look at it and say, dang, that looks good. And $5 if you can name what it is.
Too much pressure. I look for our fence signs and I'm disappointed when I see a great fence that doesn't have our sign on it, knowing that it's very likely ours. But
take a guess.
Oh gosh.
Hint, metal.
Oh, the Bangor Historical Society.
I owe you $5.
Yeah, great.
Because the fence that now surrounds the Bangor Historical Society, that is a sharp looking fence. Yeah. And you must drive by and go, yeah, we nailed that one.
It's funny. I don't go near there too often, but I should. Yeah.
Are you scared of that part of town or?
No, just none of my, I'm up your way, up from Old Town down this way I drive. So that's Interstate to Harmon all the time. So
I can imagine that if we put in a fence and it looked that good, I'd be driving by it every day.
We Old Town people, we don't cover more territory than we need to. We go from point A to point B. We're very efficient.
The Interstate's pretty handy. Yeah, exactly.
It's very handy. Yeah. We don't want to deal with your neighborhoods. We just go where we're going. I had a white vinyl fence that it was one of the crazy windstorms that we had. Something flew into the fence and it made a little hole in the fence. And we contacted Allenfarm. And I remember the conversation went something along the lines of, oh yeah, the technology has changed regarding fences. And I never thought of it in that way. I wonder about what has changed. I mean, not just color options, not just the look and style, but how has the actual structure of fences changed in the last, say, decade?
Or 10 seasons.
Yeah. Well, remember, I was AP for the first couple of years, and then I moved into this and that. So the last handful of years, I mean, we've got CAD involved. We've got more of that design stuff for sure.
Really? How much of that is computerized?
We have CNC machines that route posts and whatnot for sure. So we have technology there in that respect.
If you told me and Dan to go out and build a fence around a structure, we'd be out there and pacing 10 feet and dig here and then another one. I can imagine you got crews that go out probably using some type of scientific equipment that is beyond us to say, okay, it's going to be here, it's going to be here, it's going to be all mapped out.
It's pretty basic still. Layout with grade stakes and their tools. We've got measuring tools that we can fine grade and stuff with, but it's a lot of it's just old school fencing.
Really?
Yeah.
How has the workforce changed in your time there? Are you seeing more people eager to work? Are you seeing people sort of being a little bit more happy with the work environment that you've got at Allenfarm Fence? What do you see?
So we have a great culture down there. That's for sure. And, there's different facets to that. By all means, it is hard work. Fencing is tough work. I mean, just the generational differences is probably the biggest thing that jumps out at me, is that what person A wants it can be quite different what person B wants, just because of how they're brought up and what they need. And you kind of have to get both ways to be successful. Remote was never really a thing until COVID, but it's stuck and it's stayed with some, it's just because that's the way that works for our people. So that's part of it, it's just the individualized. We get a small enough crew, you can kind of be individualized in a lot of ways, but there are vast differences in the individuals for sure.
You mentioned the pandemic and Zoom, and I wondered, when we were in the global pandemic, all right, you're going to be spending time at home. You might as well make your home into what it needs to be. Maybe you should really enjoy that backyard the way that you've always wanted to. Did your phone start to ring a little more frequently?
It took a little bit of us navigating how to manage installs being 6 feet apart. So, that was part of that whole dynamic, of course, following the rules best we could with everything, and being in the trucks or taking 2 trucks and all that was part of that dynamic we had to work through.
Well, that was for your crews getting the job done. I wondered if more people were calling you because, you know what? I'm going to stay home. I want to turn my backyard into the oasis that it should be if we're going to be staying at home. You know what? I want a fence over here.
It certainly got busy after a little bit. That first, I don't remember, March, April, May, the first couple of months, it was kind of our quieter season. Then it started getting into the busier season. But then by late spring, it was hopping, and honestly stayed going for quite a while as far as big backlog and trying to keep up with things and having a real hard time. Staffing part of that challenge, but just
how'd you manage it all?
Supply was hard too. Supply was probably one of the hardest things to navigate, I would say, during that.
Can imagine it was easier to find wood. Well, I don't know. I say that getting the ornamental in, but the wood fence, you still got to get it from the mill, and they're just as backed up because of the pandemic as you would be.
Yeah, it was rough going for points there. But again, great vendor relationships helped us through that, like tremendous, having those great contacts and people wanting to help you be successful with it made a huge difference for sure.
16 seasons at Allenfarm. Where were you 17 seasons ago? What were you doing?
Gosh. So college and then
jail, were you? Because you're starting to.
No,
I'm starting to wonder if that was an appropriate question.
That far. No, absolutely, it's fine. I moved up here and went to tech school, and then
EMCC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
There have been past surveys in our nation. I haven't seen the latest for the last couple of years, but EMCC rates really, really high among community colleges in the entire nation.
Yeah, no, it was great being over there. I was an RA over there. I did work study stuff and then moved into real estate. So I got my license and was real estate for a couple of years. It was fun. I enjoyed that. I've done property management. So kind of a variety of things for sure.
Do the property management skills that you have tie into your job as going and calling on a customer and saying, here's how a fence could help improve the value of your home?
I mean, it all intertwines. I don't know if I could separate one from the other, but for sure, any of those experiences have been super helpful. The customer service side, the building people skills side, it's been huge.
You don't stay somewhere for 16 seasons if you don't like it and if you don't have pride in it. What gives you the most pride about working at Allenfarm?
Again, great group of people. I took it from the founder a couple of years ago and just appreciated what we have for a group. What he did to start it was hard for one man to do all that stuff. And then we built a team over the years, and then it grew into making sense to become president and go from there.
You took it over from the founder a couple of years ago. Did that thought process enter your mind years before? Was that a conversation years before, or was that sort of a quick decision that happened in the moment?
Over time. I don't know how he did, and probably had no interest in it when I first started there, right? It was, how do you do what you do? And that's tough. But again, as we built the team, it made it a lot easier to make sense of it. He was looking to get out of the chaos, and I guess I was ready to jump into it.
Obviously, Ralph Allen had a great deal of pride, a great deal of emotion, and probably, physical sweat, equity put into that business.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the handoff, that meeting. Was there any pressure to say, this is my baby, I'll let you take it over, but I'm telling you, Matt,
I don't think he was in state when that happened. He
ran away.
He was surrounded by a fence in another state.
I'm out of here.
We made a company meeting. We pulled the team together, and that was impressive. Brent, the CEO, kind of pulled the team together and said, there's a new owner. It's not an investment firm. It's not this. It's not that. It's Matt. And it was thankfully really well received. I'm more of a back office kind of guy, so I wanted to keep things a little mellow, but obviously care a lot about the people and what we had going on there, and a lot of trust in the situation.
When they announced it's not an investment firm, did you hear a collective, goodness.
Nothing from overseas going on.
Nothing's coming over. All right. Is it true that Allen Farm does the maintenance on a certain spooky horror writer's fancy spider fence?
We've done some work over there for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me about the pressure. Because if you get that wrong, you're going to wind up in a book.
That is a lot of pressure for sure. We treat all of the jobs with a high level of service and care, right? So I'm not saying it's not the customer appreciate it and really love to see that kind of exposure, but just we take care of our customers and do the best we can to make things happen.
Well, you got to figure you've got one of the most photographed fences probably in the nation. With people posing on West Broadway.
And you said repair work. So the original fence came from
someone else's.
But we've been over there and helped take care of things over there for sure.
Okay. Now, how about when a certain shipyard needed some help in building a fence for security, they called Allen Farm.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's great to serve the people who serve us and to take care of things and be at that level. I mean, it's exciting. It's fun.
Okay, one more. When a certain airport was preparing for a president to land and shake hands and kiss babies, when it came time to help make sure the fencing was secure, I understand from my sources, they called Allen Farm.
Yeah, we take care of local airports for sure too, and just take care of them. If they call, we do our best to get things done and make things happen.
See the pressure. I would be like,
You treat all of the customers the same, but do you have any people on your staff that just geek out over some of these jobs? Oh man, we get to go work on Stephen King's fence. This is a big deal.
It's surprisingly mellow,
Really?
It really is. Yeah.
they're all cool about it.
Yeah, they don't show it at least, right?
yeah, but don't see them when they go home for the day. Yeah. Honey, what did you today? Oh, you're not going to believe it.
I've been waiting for you to ask me for 10 minutes.
You got crews going to the mountains. You got crews going to the coast. I don't know how far north do you go so far that you cross the border and speak New Brunswickan?
Yeah, we've been there for sure. Yeah, not often, but we've traveled probably all corners of the state at this point in the game.
Over to New Hampshire?
Of the state. We stay within the state.
We stay within the state for now.
For now.
Yeah. You have a showroom that's not inside a room, it's outside, which is kind of a cool thing. When customers come by, do you actually stroll them through all of the fences that are on display out in front of the place? It's kind of a kick.
Yeah, we're happy to. A lot of times people just bring themselves through. There's a couple entries over there. It's always on and it's always open. You don't have to have the doors open to be checking out our fence in our front yard. We're happy to bring people through and show them specifics. It's great to show them this is how we do it. This is what it looks like. It's just a great tool for us to be successful.
What do you do when you're not in charge? What do you do when you go home? What do you do for fun? What makes you smile?
Hang with the family. Awesome wife and kid at home that like to travel if we can. We don't get out a lot, but we do get out a couple times a year to travel. And
how old's the kiddo?
12.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So there's still fun time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
okay.
Yeah,
it is. Doesn't kick in yet. It's coming, Matt. It's coming.
It's all fun time. It's just
I joke with her. We're terrible 12s right now, and it's kind of downhill
terrible
from there.
12s.
Yeah.
Does the kiddo ever come along with dad to work?
Oh, she loves going down there. Yeah, no, it's fun. It's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys like doing for fun together other than travel?
We've got a decent garden out back. It's small, but it's enough to keep us busy.
Fenced in?
It is fenced in. Yeah, it's a nice fence for sure.
You guys don't get calls for electric fences, do you? I don't even do electric fences.
We do get a little bit of call, but we don't do them. And we have in years past, but it's nothing I've seen us do in the last.
Because I wonder these days if electric fences are more to keep people out or to keep people in.
I wonder that with fences in general. Are they made to keep people out or keep people in? And it's just, I think it's all different. But I tell you, I run a lot. And when I run by fences, because, sometimes your brain gets a hold of you when you're running, I think that a lot. Did they build this fence to keep people out? Or did they build this fence to keep people in? Do they have dogs? Do they have kids? What's going on here?
What's your take on that?
Situationally, really, yeah. It could be either or both. Good fences make great neighbors, right?
That's what we hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother always said he loved living in the neighborhood he's in because the kids can run freely through everyone's backyards. And then, like 6 months after making that comment, he put up a fence. My kids are grown up. Get off my lawn, neighborhood kids.
Tell us about panning for gold in Western Maine.
Yeah, so that was one of my hobbies. Well, we still actually, when I say trips, sometimes it's a weekend trip up to pick agates on the beach.
I love that.
In Eastern Maine, or go down to the tourmaline mines in Bethel. You know, we that's part of our fun. And I grew up in Rumford, so my family's over that way in Byron, and we did a lot of gold panning. I did a lot of gold panning when I was younger. For sure.
I had that whole Yosemite Sam kind of image in my head where you've got the pan and there's the river, and are you literally just taking the little pan down and scraping it around?
Yeah, it's like 10 seconds of swish, and then you're putting it in, and that's what you're doing to get the dirt off.
That's how long it takes to determine whether or not there's gold, and then there.
Oh, you got to do it in cycles. You shake it sideways, and you dip it in, get that top layer of dirt off, and then you keep going until you get to the bottom, because that gold's the heaviest. If you've done it right, it'll settle right into the bottom of that pan.
Is it like playing slots at Hollywood Casino, Hotel and Raceway, where you just got to be patient because eventually you'll hit something? Do you know, like, boom, there it is?
No, usually you try to find a spot to stay in. So you do a few pans before you say this works or this doesn't work.
So it's more like fishing.
Well, no, I think it's similar to the casino, because there will be people that will come and they'll stay in one exact spot. This is my machine.
Right, but then if they hit a jackpot, they don't stay there. They move along, because that machine's not going to hit a second jackpot right away.
Well, if you and I were up panning for gold and we saw Matt, and Matt hits it big, I don't think we're going to run over to his area because, okay, he just got the gold out of that area. We got to go someplace else.
No, there's more. It's like fishing. If you hit it, right?
Is it?
Find a pocket. It's funny. I kind of figured we'd be talking about gold, and I know we're on a podcast, but I wanted to show you my summer work that you talked about.
He has a little magic sack he just pulled out.
This is the summer of work right there. So we do it for
Holy
fun.
cow,
We don't do it for making money. We do it for fun.
Look at that. You brought gold. Most people bring like coffee or
amazing.
pub cheese.
It's so cool. We'll have to put a picture of this on the website.
You can, and I brought some fool's gold.
That's for Dan.
So you guys have some to keep. You know.
So isn't this called like pyrite or something?
That found in a trip to Nova Scotia right there. So.
Someone paid attention in chemistry class. They weren't just staring at Kim Perry in her sweater.
I didn't do well in chemistry.
How can you tell the difference between, other than that one is really shiny, what you showed us, how can you tell the difference between the two, man?
It's a chemical thing I'm not 100% sure of, but...
Well, how do you know
Yeah.
then? When you're panning for gold, how do you know if it's fool's gold or real gold?
So fool's gold, where you get gold, looks and feels different. It's more like night and day difference, like the texture, the color, the weight, all of it. You put that in a pan, even that size, it's going to roll around the pan. So you know it's not heavy material. Oh, so the weight of it, really.
I got it.
Is that where the term flash in the pan comes from?
It could.
That's genius.
Flash of gold in the pan is your... Well, there's something else I got to think about while I'm running. Fences and gold. What got you interested in this? Was this something you've done as a small child and kind of grown up with, and it brings you some relaxation / joy doing it?
Yeah, it's fun to find the stuff, right? It's whatever it is, it's something that you got to find, and looking for the next nice gemstone or a nice piece of mineral to bring home.
The little vial that you showed us, is that your kiddo's college fund right there? I don't know. What's gold going for these days?
It's like 4,000 an ounce or something. I was surprised.
Is it really?
I haven't looked at it lately. If I read it right, I'm pretty sure it is. And that bottle was an ounce. So there's probably not.
So it's about 46 cents.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Probably, yeah.
We were going to have you buy lunch today, but not now. I had this image of you finding your claim where all the gold is, and then around it is an electric fence built by Allenfarm.
Haven't found that claim yet, but yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Ric and Dan Show.
Next show, we're giving out free S&H green stamps.
Ooh.
If you like what you heard, don't suppose you'd click that subscribe button.
And maybe leave us a review on your favorite listening platform.
5 stars are our favorite.
And next time you hear someone say,
You can't get there from here,
you tell them to listen to the Ric and Dan Show.